James Halliday saw the future, and then he built it. He gave us a place to go. A place called
Vision Pro. Vision Pro, Vision Pro, Vision Pro, Vision Pro.
What is going on, YouTube? It is the brothers them, and today we are going to be reviewing the Apple Vision Pro, Apple's first virtual reality headset. Let's get started.
Introducing Apple Vision Pro. Vision Pro, Vision Pro, Vision Pro, Vision Pro.
Yes, Apple's mixed reality headset is now a reality. Here at the company's Cupertino campus, it just showed off the long-awaited reality headset.
Oh, no way.
The face computer, my term,
Vision
not
Pro.
theirs, bridges virtual reality, where you're fully transported to a virtual world with augmented
Ain't no
reality,
way it looked that
where you see
good.
virtual-
There's no way. There's no way it looks as good as that.
Scroll back a little bit. I want to show y'all something. This is the thing that's been missing from virtual reality. You look at the bottom of the actual screen, you can see a shadow on the bottom. No other VR headset has that. It actually feels like it's in the room floating there.
And this thing is crazy, bro.
Years,
in
months,
your real world.
days.
Apple's
That's
calling
crazy.
it
Has the whole
And
iOS
yes,
store in it.
Starts
Spatial
at
computing.
$34.99.
Oh
Apple
no!
spent feet
$34.99?
telling how it
does.
works.
She got safety goggles
These are
on.
three of aluminum and glass ski goggles.
What's she doing with her hand?
Basically,
I'm not gonna lie, they
they're
look
way
kind
more
of fly
expensive.
though. I
The front of the
don't
device
They
is
do.
screen, so people
like
can
ski
see
goggles.
Pause it
your
here. Those aren't her eyes.
They
Whose
probably
eyes
have
is
like
that?
the image that's on the outside, on the
I
back
could
side.
have blue eyes.
They do.
Look goofy. She like she just like
Her
No,
eyes
it
do
scan-
look a little
it scans your face
not
beforehand.
symmetrical. It's her eyes, but it's AI generated eyes.
AI generated eyes to the front. Like, this is the first virtual reality headset where people can like interact with you. Because usually it's just like this.
yeah, you can't see.
You playing Beat Runner and you got your eyes covered.
Beat water?
Runner, Beat Saber, you know what I'm talking
Oh, okay. I was making sure we're talking about the same thing.
about. Listen, this is the first one you can wear actually out into the world and you won't look like a weirdo.
Yeah, I would just keep them on. You probably eat, sleep, boo boo.
You can do all that, man. That's why these 5G towers been coming up. So they can have this everywhere.
And I bet you can sync it to the phone too. Let's continue. Let's
You
continue.
can.
I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's see.
Apple says the battery will last 2 hours. You can also plug it into an
2
outlet
hours.
to use it. There are no controllers like other VR headsets.
How does it work,
You use your
then?
hands to navigate around. There are multiple
That's
cameras on the device
crazy.
too, and also controls how much of the virtual world you see. You can even use the cameras.
So it makes it translucent.
It's easy to capture. Of a
Nah,
button.
this can't be
If you're
like.
wondering how you, Apple says your eye scans are kept on the device.
So what do you do once
They
you
gonna
got that
sell
on your
our,
head
our
and all that other
retinas
stuff on your body?
on the black.
Oh, they're already selling our data. So what they have is advanced eye tracking and hand tracking. So the Oculus Lift, the biggest problem is them little clunky controllers, right?
Yeah.
And then depending on where you squeeze on the controller, the hand moves. But on this one, it's just your hands. You can touch everywhere. It's like Minority Report. You could just go on the screen, do all that. Just imagine how great video games and VR are gonna be now. If it actually looks like this and it runs well, I mean, it did say it has a 2-hour battery pack on it, so I guess you would just have multiple of those. But this being Apple's first VR headset, it's a step in the right direction.
I do think it's a win-win. I might have to switch over to Apple, even though I got the Z Fold 3.
Got that Android bull.
The FaceTime stuff is pretty crazy. Since you're not holding a camera out in front of your face, you create a scan instead. Basically a hologram to appear in your chats.
What?
There's stuff to do in your
Hey,
downtime,
Yep.
like
that's
watching immersive
crazy.
3D movies and playing
Bro.
Apple Arcade games. There's game controller support too.
PS5.
But what Apple's really hoping is that software developers build new applications
Nice
for
with
vision aids.
Firebase,
Showed off some
Swift.
virtual
I mean,
Disney
not Firebase,
experiences.
Swift.
I have a lot of thoughts on it all. I should be trying it out soon. Stay tuned for my first impressions.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of lit.
Man, this really looks crazy. I like not having handheld pieces. I like being able to, basically it has that intelligence where it has learns the hand movements and it
The
kind of
hand
moves
tracking, yeah.
and tracks and stuff. I have a few red flags that I foresee, but we'll get into that later. But other than that, I think this is a really cool idea. It's something that I want to tinker around and play with. Yeah, it looks really awesome.
Aesthetically, they look amazing. I like how they look. I'm definitely dying to try them out just to see the cameras, the sensors. I think it all looks cool. I mean, like, I want to see what type of anime, like, am I going to be immersed in the anime with it? How is that going to work? Because I would like it to be surrounding me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm there. Naruto's walking the path to Hokage and I'm his right-hand man. Like, we about to go grab it together.
There's a lot of stuff that is gonna die off because of this. I could see things like classrooms maybe going away. Like, a lot of kids will be at home.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, they would just get the best teachers from all over the world to teach your kids at home. Just have the headset. They got the teacher in front of them. Once they're done, they take the headset off and they go about their day. Also, TVs, movies, those might die off as well. Because if you can have any screen TV you want in your house just in front of you, what's the point of going out to a movie? And what they didn't show in the video is that it has really good surround sound and spatial sound. So if something is like being hit off in the distance, it actually sounds like it. You can hear stuff behind you all around.
It probably vibrates in like parts of the headset too, that way you could feel
It does.
like where, yeah, okay, that's right, okay. I saw like, it didn't really show up, but like in the band, I saw like some red like lines like on the back, and I was like, man, those probably gotta do something. That part is actually dope too.
The FaceTime, yeah. When they were first showing it, I was like, how is it gonna do FaceTime if you got the goggles on your face? But that it shows like a augmented reality version of yourself. I was like, dang, that is pretty cool. Especially looking at Meta's avatars that look like PS1 characters.
They like we characters.
What was the price? It was $300.
Meta might even double back on this.
$3,400.
It was $3,409. It's gonna pop up right here in a second. $3,499.
Yeah, $34.99. Meta's is like $300. But it doesn't do nearly half of this. I think it does like
Facebook one, right?
Yeah, it does like you can join like rooms and like go into different spaces, and you can set yourself as like different avatars, kind of like VR chat. You can be yourself, or you can be a lion or a Goku avatar. You can be Goku. Like
I've seen that. $34.99. It's crazy.
It's like 3/4 the cost though. Here's the thing. I don't know. Y'all seen Cyberpunk?
Of course.
The thing that sticks out to me is, like anything, you get used to it, and you kind of don't really think about life would be like without it, right? So let's just say you get this, you logging in hella hours. This is like basically your right hand. Just say your Oculus breaks. What if you experience some sort of cyberpsychosis to where you take off your VR, you feel like you'll see some of the interactions like in plain sight, but you don't have your headset on. Let's just say you're driving your car and you have like your HUD, your heads up display. You feel like now you don't have to upgrade your car because you have your Oculus. Everything you need is right there in the Oculus. It's broken. So now you're driving and you see your heads up display, or you might see lane keeping assist pop up and you're like, oh snap.
That happens right now, even with the regular Oculus Rift. I seen a dude play tennis, this fake virtual world, and he said he was playing it for hours, and he's hitting it back and forth, and he goes to drop the ping pong racket on the table.
Remember as kids, when at our cousin's house, we used to play Guitar Hero for hours.
I was about to say that. Yep.
Yeah, seeing like the waves and everything come down, and after hours and hours and hours, we looked up at the ceiling. You could see it warp, and like the couch cushions were like swarming around us. So I mean, I feel like you can do anything for X amount of hours. You're obviously eyes are gonna start to deteriorate. You know, your body's gonna feel a little ill. I mean, I think you know, like you said, cyber psychosis. I think it's definitely gonna happen. Like, what are they gonna come out with next? Bionic hands, bionic feet?
You're talking about implementing this in the education system. Only imagine how cyber psychosis would be for a developing child.
I think it may be easier on them because they don't know any better. When we grew up, we didn't have to till the fields. We weren't riding around on a horse and buggy. All we knew was cars. But that's why kids nowadays can pick up a cell phone and be like going through all the apps, swiping through. It's because they're used to it. That's all they know.
But what can't they do? Sit still. Just imagine a kid. But again, what if there's a moment where you can't, or it breaks, you can't access your VR, and you're just forced to just literally be in real life?
I just think it's too soon. Not every kid in America or even the world is going to be able to afford these. And if their parents are paying $3,500, it's not going to the kid. It's
by the time we like to the adult. 40, this would be common.
It'll be $100. They're gonna be giving school issued headsets.
They're gonna be passing these out like fidget spinners.
It's gonna be a buy one get one free at Walmart.
I mean, you got to think of how expensive cars were when they first came out, and they didn't even really have safety features in there.
I'll catch the version 2 for sure. That version 1,
they got to get all the kinks out first.
So every time they bring out the first one, what do they bring out next? A slim version, like the PlayStation.
That is just right here. I did some research. Y'all remember Google Glasses?
Yeah. I've seen that.
That came out 10 years ago, and we're already here. Just imagine what the next 10 years are going to be.
I think this is going to work, though. Like I said, who can afford this? Just trying it out. Like, I can't just go to, you know, my neighbor's house and be like, hey, you got that Apple VR headset. Can I see it?
But that's the great part about capitalism. This is competition. Every other brand out there is going to see this, and they're like, we don't have eyes in the front of our headsets. We're not putting the product out. I guarantee you there's going to be 5 companies with eyes in the front of their cameras. PlayStation's probably getting away from controllers right now looking at this. Ooh. They like, what? Hand tracking. Oh, okay, let's go back to the drawing board.
So let's just say, so you know how you have like AirPods and then you have like different brand like on gold candies, right? What if like if you don't have the Apple one, because you know everybody's gonna get the front facing eye cameras. But what if because they have janky product, it gives you alternative effects than like it normally would, like different side of not like crazy like that. You view something out your eyes, now your back aches, like nothing like that.
Start seeing commercials like, if you experience cyberpsychosis using these products, call
Right.
555-555. Then we know it's a problem. But until then, I'm excited about this. There's a lot of things that can go crazy. And the one thing we didn't talk about is VR buns. VR cheeks is about to go crazy.
That might be my first.
Oh god.
I'm going
waifus.
I'm going straight bare bones.
This video became R-rated.
Crazy.
I'm about to get a bottle of cocoa buttered Vaseline.
You're giving out recipes.
But this thing could make it possible to do some like augmented reality dating. Instead of having to meet somebody in person, you just put on these headsets. You meet them right in your house.
But if they're augmenting reality, they're gonna augment their real life. It's gonna be catfish city.
They're catfishing right now, and we can see them.
But they're literally gonna be catfishing on here.
Imagine playing like Pokemon Go on this.
Imagine adults going on like first dates, and they're like, "Hey, you got the Apple VR? I'm gonna take you out somewhere nice."
No, it would only be in that ecosystem. Only Apple VR would be able to be with Apple VR.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna be like, "Well, you got the Apple VR?" No, it's gonna be a stigma. Watch, it's gonna be, "Do you have this?" No, you don't have it. Oh, sorry, we can't talk.
I mean, you know how we talk about you and your Android phone right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You feel left out, unwanted, unneeded. Yeah.
Green bubbles. Ugh. As you
Wow,
connect to
bro.
somebody with a different VR headset and their face is blurred.
If they come out with an Android version, it's gonna be better. That's all I'm gonna say.
Whack. But if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more technology videos like that, write that in the comment section down below. Peace.